morning, thank you for joining me. Now today I'm going to do a full face of e.l.f. makeup for you. Now I know what you're thinking, but Rebecca, you've only just done an e.l.f. video, you posted it just the other day, and yes, you'd be right. The difference is though, that full face of e.l.f. video was all about neutral to cool toned makeup. Well, today's video is for those of you who are more neutral or warm toned. I'm going to use slightly different colour products just to show you how you can make it work. If you are warm toned, that's brilliant, but if you are more neutral toned like me, I want to show you how you can make these warmer toned colours work on your skin, especially if you are neutral leaning cool like me. There's certain things that you can do with these products just to make them work a bit better for you. And if you didn't see my last video all about the more cooler toned makeup products, I do urge you to go back and have a look at that one as well, because even if you are neutral or warm toned, again, there's certain little tricks you can do to just make those products work on your skin as well. So here we are, let's get straight into it. Let's put the hairband in. Right, now if you did see my last video, you would have heard me talk about primers and the fact that e.l.f. do some really good primers. You can get one whatever your skin type is. They do the long-lasting grippy primers, they do their very well-known putty primer, and they're all very good. I don't have one myself though, because I'm not somebody who uses a primer on a regular basis. So for me, if I do good skincare preparation, I find that that is all I need to make my makeup go on smoothly and to have it last all day. Now I do have a really nice moisturiser that I found from e.l.f. I did talk about it last time, and it's this one. It's in their Holy Hydration line, and I find if you put this on in the morning before your makeup, it's really nice, and it does give you that lovely smooth canvas. Likewise, I sometimes use this at night before bed as well as a night cream, and it's just really nourishing and hydrating overnight too, so really like that. Now, as I just said, I'm not going to use a dedicated primer. I'm going to go straight in with my foundation, and I'm going to use the same type of foundation as I used in my last video. I'm just going to use it in a slightly different colour. Now the foundation I'm using is this one. It's the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and if you did watch my last video, you will have seen me use this shade. Now this shade is number 20 Light Cool, but for today, because we're going for a warmer toned look, I'm going to use it in number 25, and this shade is Light Neutral. Now I wouldn't use it in a warm tone because that would look too orangey on my neutral skin, but I'm using it in a more neutral tone because that does help me to carry off these warmer looks. Okay, love this foundation. It comes in this lovely squeezy tube, which is ideal for traveling. You know, it doesn't come in a glass bottle that you might worry about smashing or anything like that. So absolutely love it. And as you can see, I'm just randomly putting a few dots of this all over my face, and then I'm going to blend it in with my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush. And I did speak about this brush in the last video too. I absolutely love it. It's very similar to the It Cosmetics one, which is a lot more expensive. e.l.f. do some really great dupes, don't they, of other products, the actual makeup and the brushes and the tools as well. I'm just going to blend this in, buffing it into my skin with this brush. It's got a lovely fresh smell to it as well, this foundation. It's really pleasant to use, and it's lovely for a more mature skin as well. Yeah, and e.l.f., they're such a great brand, and they're cruelty free as well. They're vegan. All of the brushes that they do are vegan. So if that is something that's important to you, they're a really great brand to check out. Obviously their prices are fantastic too. This foundation is £8 in the UK, which is just bonkers when you think about how much some other foundations cost. And there we go. blended into my skin. And as you can see, this sort of neutral, more neutral tone, it's probably a little bit warmer than my my natural skin tone, but it kind of blends in, doesn't it, with the rest of me. Now for concealer, I'm going to use the same one that I used in the last video. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and the shade of this is Light Peach. You see that? It's light peach, and I just use quite a small amount of this. Now I'm getting a bit older. Just put a bit there and a bit there, and some in the marionette lines down there. And I'm just going to blend that in with the small end of this brush. Just under here. I actually ordered some of these products from the e.l.f. website online, and I have to say I was really impressed with it. The customer service, the communication, the speed of delivery, it was all brilliant. I think I did pay a little bit for delivery. I think you have to order a certain amount to get free delivery, and I didn't. I was under that. But it was only a couple of pounds for delivery. And it came within a couple of days. They communicated well with me. They sent me an email, you know, when they'd received my order and when they packaged it, when they dispatched it. It's really, really good. And I've ordered from other more higher end brands from their websites, and I've not been impressed with the service or the communication and the length of time it can take to deliver. I know Pat McGrath is quite infamous for that, isn't she, on her website if you're ordering online. So that's another tick in e.l.f.'s box, isn't it? There we go. So that's my base on. Now for powder, again, I'm going to use the same powder that I used the other day. It's the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. And it's a pressed translucent setting powder. It's one of these white ones, and I'm going to use it on quite a small brush today and just go down the center panel of my face just to set that foundation and concealer. There we go. I can tend to get a little bit of shine throughout the day. I do have combination skin, so I can get an oily T-zone, so I always like to powder. There we go. Absolutely lovely. Loving this one. Really good. Okay. Right, now we're on to the exciting bit. We're on to the colour cosmetic products now. And I'm going to go in with a bronzer. And the one that I'm going to use is one of their primer infused bronzers. I don't know if you've seen these. They are powder bronzers, but they do have a primer running through them, which really does help with the longevity of the product through the day. And I think it helps with it just going on nicer and smoother onto your face. And I'm going to use another e.l.f. brush. This is the Cream and Powder face brush. I used this the other day as well. And for the bronzer, I like to use this big fluffy end. So I'm going to go into this bronzer with the big fluffy end of this brush and just go under the cheekbones and along the high points of my face where the sun would naturally hit. So along the top of the forehead there. I have quite a big forehead, so I do like to put some bronzer just up in my hairline there. If you don't have such a large forehead, you probably don't put bronzer up there, and that's absolutely fine. We all get to know our own individual faces, don't we? And what works the best for us. Do a bit down my nose and a bit on the chin. There we go. Now for blush. Because we're going for a warmer toned look today, I've actually got two options. And if you've seen me before, you would have seen me talk about these, what do they call it? Camo liquid blushes. And I've got this one here in the shade Dusky Rose. And I also have one of their primer infused powder blushes, this one here. And this one is in the shade, what's it called? Always Fresh, Always Fresh. And this is just a beautiful peach, just a really lovely peach shade. It's not too warm, not too cool. If you are a neutral, leaning cool person like me, you can definitely use this to get that warm toned look. And I think I am going to use this today. as much as I love these liquid blushes, you have seen me use these before if you've seen my videos. So I think for a change, I'm going to show you this one and how this one applies. So where's my blush? I've just got an angled blush brush like this. Can't remember what make this one is. It might have been a Sigma one years ago, but lots of brands do blushes like this. And I'm just going to go into this, tapping off any excess, and just run it across the top of my cheekbones. And it's absolutely lovely. I really, really love this colour. Now, I do tend to over blush my cheeks. I love blush. Whenever I watch my videos back, I always think, oh my goodness, I really applied too much blush there. And yeah, I probably did. And for a lot of you watching, you're probably horrified thinking you'd never leave the house with this much blush on. And that's absolutely fine because we're all different, aren't we? And we all like different things. So if you don't like as much blush as I do, then that's fine. Just don't apply as much. So I like to go in sort of light layers, and then I can build it up if I want to. And that's probably the advice I'd give, really, if you're wanting advice, is just to start off light with a light hand and just keep building it until you get the result that you want. But for me, I do like to build it up quite a lot. I am a bit of a blush fiend, because I think out of all the items of your makeup, blush is the one that if anything is going to wear off throughout the course of the day, it's probably going to be your blush, isn't it? So I think if you do overdo it a bit in the morning, it's not that bad really, because it's not as if that amount that you've initially put on is going to stay all day, is it? Because it does tend to fade. With the best will in the world, and whichever blush you've used, on me, they do tend to fade a little bit. So I'm just making excuses now, aren't I, as to why I put too much blush on. I know. I love it. Okay, so I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of highlight next. Now, the product that I'm going to use for that is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And obviously this is the dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I prefer this one myself. I did use this in my last video as a bit of a glowy primer, which you can do. As I said in that video, you can also go in with this over the top of your base products and use it as more of a highlighter. And I thought I'd do that today just to show you the difference in how you can use it. So I'm going to just take the product out. Got the big doe foot applicator here. And I'm not going to use very much of this, but I'm just going to use one dot there and one dot there, just on the... is that the apple? Like the apple of the cheek? And I've got a small brush like this that I'm just going to blend it in with. This brush was really, really cheap. I think it was from Primark, but I really like it. And I'm just literally going to tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap it in. Like that. And you see what that has done? That's just given that lovely highlighty effect there on the cheekbone, just to catch the light in a lovely flattering way. I'll just do the same thing over on this side. So you have to be quite careful with your placement of highlighting products as you get a bit older, because you want it to be quite high up on the cheek, because the idea is for it to catch the light on your cheekbone area, making your cheekbones look higher. But you don't want to get it up here if you have any fine lines and wrinkles like I do up here. You don't want to get it on those, because you'll just be emphasizing them then, and that's not what we want to do. So I'm just going to blend it underneath my laughter lines, as I call them, just around that area there. And then with just what's left on the brush, go down the center of the nose. There. It's really nice, isn't it? Lovely. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to eyes now, and before I go on to the eyeshadow, I'm just going to define my brows with this e.l.f. Instant Lift Waterproof Brow Pencil, and I use this in the shade Blonde. And if you saw my last video, you'd have seen it's one of these double enders with a retractable lead. Do we call it lead? I'm not sure. And the spoolie at that end. So I'm just going to go over my microblading here, which I had done last year. been really happy with it, but when I do a full face of makeup, I do like to just go over it. And same again on this side. Light feathery strokes. I mean, these products, for the price, you can't go wrong with e.l.f. I mean, this is a £4, I think I paid for this from Boots. And it's so good. And to get the spoolie on the other end as well, just, you know, the way that these products are packaged and presented, I think e.l.f. could charge higher prices than what they actually do, because, you know, the packaging of this is really, really high quality. With this retractable end, you don't have to sharpen it. You've got this end as well to comb through your brows. And even the powder products, even like these, the blushes and the bronzers, I often compare e.l.f. to Rimmel as a brand, but have you seen the Rimmel bronzers? They have the little plastic packaging and you have to lift off the lid, the plastic lid. It lifts off completely. And I've had the Stay Matte powder from Rimmel, and I've had one of their bronzers, and that packaging breaks after not a very long time, actually, just after a few uses. That packaging has broken on me, and I've had to stick it back together with sticky tape and things like that. Whereas these, you actually get a proper compact. I mean, okay, you don't get the mirror in there, but that's all right. We can forgive them that. But you actually get a proper, good quality, sturdy, compact. And again, with the powder as well, you do get the mirror in with the powder, and you've actually got another layer under there for if you want to put a puff, like a powder puff product, there's space under there for it. So if you want to take this out in your handbag for touch-ups through the day, you can. And I just think that packaging, as I say, for the price is really, really good. And it's a vegan, cruelty-free brand as well. So it's all good, isn't it? Well done, e.l.f. Really liking it. Now, for my warm-toned eyeshadow look today, I'm going to use 2 of these. And these are the little bite-sized quads. And you might be looking at these thinking, well, they're the same colour. And they kind of are. But the difference is this one is all matte and this one has some shimmers in it. And what are these? £4 each, I think? Between £3 and £4 each. So I bought 2 and I don't feel bad about that. The matte one is called I Love You a Latte, and the more shimmery one is called Cream and Sugar. And I just think these 2 together give a lovely look on the eyes. And you might be looking at these thinking that they're neutral rather than warm toned. But on somebody with my skin tone, I'm more sort of neutral leaning cool. They do look quite warm. And I'm just going to alter the lighting on here a bit because I think I'm looking quite dark. Let me just turn that up. I hope that's better. So, right, I'm going to start with the matte palette. And I'm going to use this matte shade here. And I'm going to go in with my old MAC 217 fluffy brush in this shade here. And I'm just going to run this through the crease, through the socket there of my eye, just to give a bit more depth and definition. And same again on the other eye. There we go. It's funny lighting today. I'm actually sitting in front of a window here, and I've got my ring light on as well. And the sun's out, but it kind of keeps going in. It keeps coming in and out. So I'm just trying to keep my eye on the lighting and what I look like for you. I hope it's okay. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just going to put a bit more of this matte shade on this eye and just onto the outer part of the lower lid there. And up a little bit higher. Because I'm getting older, I'm in my late 40s now, I've got hooded eyes. So with that matte shade, I do like to come up here a little bit higher than I used to, just so that you can actually see the colour when my eyes are open like this. Right, now then, what shall I do next? I think I'm going to stick with this matte palette and go into this creamy beige shade here with a little flat stubby brush. This was the MAC 239. Many years ago I bought these brushes, but they've lasted really, really well. I clean them and they've done me well over the years. So I know I do use some more affordable brushes. I have quite a lot of them from Primark and other more affordable brands. And I really like them, and they do a good job of applying my makeup. But will I get 10-15 years worth of use out of those brushes? I don't know. That's yet to be seen. I will certainly try to. I'll wash them in the same way that I wash my more expensive brushes. I'll look after them, I'll store them in the same way. So I'm interested to see just how long they do last. And even these e.l.f. brushes, I mean, the quality of them I think is very good, and they apply my products in a way that I'm really, really happy with. Again, because they are more affordable, I'll be very interested to see how long they last and if I can get multiple years worth of usage out of them. If I can't, then it's not the end of the world, is it? Because, you know, they didn't cost a fortune in the first place. So just an interesting little experiment there. Now, I'm going to take the shimmery palette. I say it's a shimmery palette. These two shades in the middle here have shimmer. This one's matte. This one, I'd say, is more of a satin finish. But I'm going to go into this sort of champagne-y gold colour here on my fingertip. And I'm just going to run this in that inner corner and just across the lower lid a bit there. There we go. And same again on the other side over here. There we go. The e.l.f. Sponge is meant to be very good as well. You know, the sponge. I haven't tried it. I'm not a big sponge user myself. No reason in particular. I just have never got into the habit of using them. And I don't really like the idea of the wasted product that you can get with a sponge, because the sponge does tend to suck up liquid products like your foundations and your concealers. So I've always preferred to either use my fingers or a brush. Okay, and I think I will go into this more coppery tone colour here and just go in the centre of my eyelid a little bit as well. Oh, that's a nice colour, isn't it? That reminds me of, what was that shade from MAC that I always used to use back in the day? All That Glitters, it was called. Do you remember it? If you were into your MAC eyeshadows back in the sort of early 2000s, there was a shade called All That Glitters, and it looked like that. I used to wear it all the time. I loved it. It's nice, isn't it? Now, I'm going to do a bit of a liner because I don't have an e.l.f. eyeliner. I'm going to go into this darker shade here with my angled brush. This works really, really well as a liner. Just going to go across the lash line there. Maybe come up a little bit in that outer corner. Around there. Lovely. And then with the remaining product, I'm just going to run it underneath the outer corner of my lower lid. There we go. It's really good as a liner, isn't it, that? So again, into this shade here on an angled brush, across the upper lash line, a bit more. I love this brown. It's got a real bronzy tone to it. It's got quite a lot of warmth in it, which I think is really pretty. It's really nice. If you have blue eyes, these shades will be fabulous on you. And I think even with green eyes, as I have, it's they're quite flattering on me as well. So yeah, happy with that. Now, I want to do a little bit of a lighter shade on my brow bone. So I'm going to go back into this matte palette, into this lighter creamy shade here on a different 217 brush. And just run that over the brow bone there, just to give it a little very, very subtle highlight up there. There we go. Lovely, really nice. Okay, so that's the eyes done. I'm going to go on to mascara next. And again, I'm going to use the same one that I used in the other video, which is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. It's not Lash and Roll, as I said in the last video. It's Lash and Roll. And I think this is meant to be a dupe for the Benefit Roller Lash, isn't it? And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good dupe. I like it. It's got one of these rubbery brushes. and I have been wearing it the last few days, and it's pretty good, I have to say. I'm usually a smudger when it comes to mascaras, especially non-waterproof mascaras. They usually smudge quite badly on me, but this one doesn't, I am pleased to say. And I have been using it on my lower lashes as well, a little bit. Because it's a small brush, I find I can get in easier on those lower lashes. So let's go into the other eye. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not the most volumizing mascara in the world. I'm used to using the YSL Lash Clash in waterproof, and that's my all-time favourite mascara, and it just gives me so much volume, so much length. I love it. But from time to time, I do try others, because I have to keep, you know, proving to myself that the YSL one is still the best. So, you know, as I'm doing this e.l.f. video, I thought I'll give e.l.f. a try, because I'm impressed with a lot of their other products. And it is a nice mascara, and I think a lot of you really will like it. But just for me, I do prefer a bit of a more volumizing mascara. But, I mean, that's just me. This is a lovely one. It really is. There we go. Okay. So, do you know what? I think I'm going to put a bit more blush on. I'm just looking at myself thinking I'm not blushy enough. I told you, didn't I? I told you I always over blush. But I just love it. I can't help it. Oh, I just love this peachy shade as well. It's gorgeous. And I will list all of the products that I've used in the description box below as well, just in case you want to see what I've used. I absolutely love that colour. Beautiful. Right, now lips. So for lips, I'm going to use two products from e.l.f. I'm first going to use one of these. This is the e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner. And it's in the shade Mauve Side, and I did use this in my last video as well. I know it's called Mauve Side. I don't think it's that mauve. I think it's more of a pinky brown, so it works with the cool toned looks as well, in my opinion. So just line that outer rim of my lip. And the bottom as well. It really does glide beautifully, actually. When it says it's a cream glide lip liner, they're not wrong. That's lovely. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to use one of these. It's the e.l.f. Glossy Stains. You see the colour in this little window here. I love these glossy stains. They're so long lasting. They remind me of the YSL ones that were out 10, 15 years ago. I don't think they do them anymore. They were called Glossy Stains. And Chanel do some, don't they? That are like a pigmented gloss that have a really, really good staying power. They really do last a good few hours. And I'm using this one in, what's the shade called? Something mauve, it says. I can't read that, but I will list it in the description box below. And like the Chanel ones and the old YSL ones, it has this sort of applicator, and it's beautiful. I'll just show you now. Gorgeous colour, nice and cooling as it goes on. Really, really glossy and shiny. Not sticky. One of my subscribers asked me the other day actually about these, asked me if they're sticky, and they're not at all. They're not. They're just lovely. And I can't remember how much it was now. I want to say £5 or £6. I could be wrong on that. But everything I'm using today, everything except this, is under £10. This is £15, but everything else that I'm using today on my face is under £10. And these are like £4 for these eyeshadow palettes, and they're amazing. They do other colours as well. You can't go wrong. You really, really can't go wrong. And look at my lips. Look at that. It's shiny, it's glossy, it will last a good few hours through the day as well. Brilliant, brilliant. I think Elf are doing great things at the moment. I really do. Yeah, and I don't have a setting spray, but I do want to use one today. So I don't have an Elf setting spray. I mean, they do have some good setting sprays, so I'm told. I just don't have one. So instead, I'm going to use my Milani Make It Last Original setting spray. Just because it's a hot day, I do have to go out and do a few things today. So I want this to last. Love this setting spray. If you want an affordable one, I highly recommend this. I mean, I might recommend an Elf one as well. It's just that I personally haven't used an Elf one, whereas I have used this and I really do like it. So there we go. There you have it. Elf, who'd have thought it, eh? Really love it. Well, thank you so much for watching. As I said, these products that I've used today are more for the neutral to warm toned people. My last video, which I'll also link below, is more for the neutral to cool toned leaning people. Anybody can wear whatever they like though, obviously. I'm just enjoying playing around with different colour tones at the moment. So hope you enjoyed it and I will see you again next time. Okay, bye.